Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. We've got the big news. RFK Files possibly being released tomorrow. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Little bit of a surprise, Trump randomly having an impromptu. Wasn't even a press conference, just a random afternoon. They asked him as he was going somewhere in transit, and he's like, yeah, there's going to be the Kennedy Files released tomorrow. A lot of people downplaying the expectations, saying not much is going to come out. But if he comes out with something that exposes Israel, that's going to destroy a lot of people's credibilities that say he's owned by Israel. I'll say that much. I mean, we'll see what comes out, though. Stock market did good. Yeah, I had to. I was looking at it. Just because, you know, these Monday openings have been brutal. This is good. You know, it's been tough with Trump. Dude, you know what I'm concerned with the stock market on when the April 2nd reciprocal tariffs come in? That's going to be a tough day, man. If you guys don't know, April 2nd is going to be possibly a tough day for the market. RFK and JFK Files both released at the same time. I don't know if I would imagine he just said Kennedy Files, so I would imagine Dusted in Shadow. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it, bro. Actually, you know what? I'm in top chat. I forgot. Let me go to live chat. It allows me to see all the messages. Happy St. Patrick's Day, man. You gained 5 pounds drinking chocolate milk. I used to always drink. Chocolate milk is so bad for you. You ever have Dairy Mints chocolate milk? Dairy Mints is amazing. I couldn't even drink like Nesquik or any other shit like when you have Dairy Mints. Dairy Mints is so thick. I mean, it's probably like, it's so many calories, I'm sure. Am I wearing anything green? No, but I did have corned beef and some stuff, you know, it's the festive season. You get a little green food and stuff like that. MLK Files probably come next. Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's really no rhyme or reason to how any of this stuff is released, you know. I think we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this later in the stream because people. But here it is right here. JFK Files released tomorrow. Who remembers this stream? This bro posts a photo of this. Remember this? That was a random stream. I was like, I didn't even know you had that. And then look at this. You got to see this. Conor McGregor meeting with Trump. And then Trump's like, look at what we did. Gulf of America. And then Conor McGregor is like, your dedication is amazing. He's like, this is fantastic. They've got like a big map of the Gulf of America. Why do they even have that map there? Yoo-hoo, I don't know about that. That's the chocolate milk you like? Yeah, I've heard of that. Can't wait for your Jasmine. Ah, come on, man. Not that coin. They called it the Chinese Bitcoin. Remember that? Anyone else get a Shamrock Shake? Shamrock Shakes are really good. I don't get McDonald's anymore, but maybe you make an exception. I should go out and get like I used to like caramel iced coffees, but I don't drink any of that anymore, honestly. Yeah, that was a pretty peak. Here, I want to play this. Like, just listen to what McGregor says. It's like this is just an odd situation here.
Nice suit. It's one of my own. I can get you one if you want.
He's just like, congratulations. Trump's just like, you see what we have there, Gulf of America? And then McGregor is like, in bewilderment, like, congratulations. This is amazing.
Inspiring. Your work rate is inspiring.
Oh, your work ethic is inspiring. I didn't get to witness the Cal Ripken streak, but I got to see the DG live stream streak. Lots of people are saying this. This will be remembered. This I've got to at least, I think this is day 22. I got people tracking this. Somebody's been tracking this. Pepe. We got to wait for Pepe to come in. I think it's day 21 or day 22. Maybe I'll have to put up a counter at some point if I'm able to continue it. What is happening with Iran? There's a war situation. There's a little bit of an escalation with Trump bombing a militant group in Yemen, and it's probably going to lead to more escalation with Iran because Iran funds the group because they've been pirating ships in the Red Sea. It's a very important shipping lane connected to the Mediterranean, which has a canal that connects. It's a big shipping area. But look, let's just with the Middle East, it's not the Middle East is a total shit show. It's always going to be. It's sad what's happening to the Irish people. Yep, it's typical European country. What can you really say? I mean, can you show a video of the Waltz speak on how Iowa is trying to gain those 9 lower counties? He said Iowa counties want to join Minnesota as an Iowan. Really? Wait, he said the Iowa counties want to join Minnesota. I thought that wait, Tim Walz said that? I thought it was the Minnesota counties, the southern Minnesota counties would join Iowa. That's probably just it's probably just propaganda. He's probably like making fun of the whole idea. That would be my guess, man. I don't think it's anything, dude. I don't think any of that's really gonna happen. The question is, if one of them happens, does that like force all of them to happen? But the problem with any of those scenarios, when you talk about Republican counties in a liberal state joining a Republican state, the liberal state has to approve of it. The state legislator has to approve of it. That's the problem. So it's very hard to get that. I mean, I think a way you could do it is through the greater Idaho, just because it's such a stark difference between Portland and those eastern areas in Oregon. It's such a massive difference in terms of lifestyle. That could be potentially, but like, you know, I did a video just because the other one was getting views. I did a video on like counties in Illinois, but it's all gerrymandered. It's not even like properly just the way it is. But I know what you're talking about. It would just be like the little slit of the southern area of Minnesota. Who's stoked for Snow White? Is that coming out tomorrow? I heard about that. It was coming out soon. Imagine, I mean, I'm guessing it will bomb. They destroyed that. Rachel Zegler, yeah, she destroyed that movie. Well, they should have never had her be Snow White. That's the main problem. Waltz believes the upper Iowa counties want to join Minnesota. The upper Iowa counties, I'm not even sure they're all that liberal, but that doesn't even make sense because the southern Minnesota counties are conservative. I think he probably just said it as like oh, you know, haha, you do this to us, we're going to do it to you, because there's been a lot of talks of like a land grab with Republican counties joining a Republican state. Favorability, Vance plus 11 on Kamala. But I mean, what even is this comparison here? Atlas Intel? Yeah, Atlas Intel made themselves a bunch of money. They've got a lot of respect now. Do you have tumbleweeds in your area? Where do I live, in the desert? Come on. I live in the old west. The Australian outback. I wish I was in Eastern Oregon. Central Oregon is so liberal. Is Central Oregon really liberal? What cities are there in Central Oregon? I thought most of Oregon's population was on the coast. Travis Kelce confirmed he's coming back. He's washed. Yeah, he'll do his next season retirement tour. The guy already should be retired. You've been really impressed with my analytics and thoughts on how I break down complex topics. I was wondering if you consider creating an analytics bracket for... Yeah, the thing is, dude, the March Madness stuff, it's just, there's so much has happened to me. And I was talking to people about this, like my channel is so much different. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I've gotten good views, you know, on that video, but I think I'll do a bracket tomorrow, man. I'll do an analytics bracket tomorrow. I'll do a different bracket. But the channel is just different. Like, there's no way I could do a sports stream. Not that I would really, I mean, you know, I've always loved politics. I just, people want sports, people want politics. Most people want politics, though. But it's like, as I grow older, there's a separation to where it's, but I've always cared about politics. I don't know why. Trump took away Hunter's Secret Service protection. I'm surprised that wasn't done on the 20th when Trump was inaugurated, honestly. I was surprised they still had it. Remember, they were using that Air Force One and those private jets like crazy towards the end when Biden was a lame duck. Biden was a lame duck in June or July when they slopped him out of the race. And they started taking all these plane trips. The entire Biden family, the entourage, was just going places. Remember they went to like Europe for vacation for 2 weeks. Duke's chances. I mean, Duke has a really easy region. I think Duke will be a Final Four team. I know most people are picking Duke to win it all. They're the most popular team in the tournament, and they have potentially the best player. GTA 6 gameplay. Dude, the one thing I was thinking about with GTA 6 when it comes out, how many people will be live streaming? I'm not a gamer. Well, I mean, I play games, but like I don't stream games. But just in general, how many people will be live streaming GTA 6? It's going to be insane. Trump makes politics fun and exciting. Yeah, I mean, Trump's changed it, and now there's just a huge culture shift with politics. Is this a good Final Four? Auburn, Duke, Maryland, Gonzaga. 1-1-4-8. That's the seeds. Yeah, I mean that's decent. Gonzaga, obviously, you know, Maryland and Gonzaga, but you do have to do that. I mean, I have 3 1s. I have 3 1s and a 3, which you could say is boring, but I mean, if you're trying to win, you got, you know, the 1 seeds. They're the 1 seeds for a reason, and they get the most favorable matchups too. So Auburn, Duke, I mean, I've seen people pick Maryland. They're an intriguing 4 seed to go on a run, maybe to the Elite 8, but Final Four, that's a tough ask. Yeah, Tesla stock is down again, bro. Have you seen that? I was looking at that, down 5%. General Motors is up 1%. Ford is up 2%. I mean, this is a good Monday for Trump with these tariffs. You got to be careful about these Mondays, man. Nvidia down again. You got into JFK Files coin around 390K. Yeah, you got in late, dude. Did you just get in right now? Dude, the problem is the coin already looks like it's getting oversold. I'm gonna have to probably dump it tonight. I don't know. We'll see. The thing is there's hype, but then it gets oversold before the announcement even happens. It's a joke, but I'm thinking of just putting it in a stable when I transfer it, because I'm concerned about these tariffs that Trump's putting in. These are all reciprocal tariffs on the EU on April 2nd. I'm not even sure it's worth investing into shit right now. You're better off putting it into a stablecoin if you make money off a trade. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm just too scared about the tariffs, but these tariffs have been killer short term for crypto. Will Auburn avenge the skeletons of 2019 horribly robbed against Virginia? Remember that double dude dribble? I think I picked Auburn to. I think I did pick Auburn to win it all in 2019. I picked Auburn to win it all when they were a 4 seed, and they made the Final Four. And I had a pretty good bracket that year. I think that might be the year you're talking about. And I did correctly predict Virginia to win it all as well, but this was a while ago. When did Virginia win it all? 2019? The year they beat Auburn? Maybe I did pick Virginia, but I picked Auburn to the Final Four. I remember that. But this was on a different channel. Will tariffs really drive up grocery prices? Well, it depends where he's putting tariffs on. It depends on the sector of the tariffs. Tariffs are a short-term loss. They're a long-term gain if Trump sticks to them. There's also thoughts on, and this is what the Trump administration, I was reading some things and watching some interviews. It looks like the Trump administration is going to, on April 2nd, and it's not April 1st because he doesn't want to do it on April Fool's Day, but on April 2nd, it's all reciprocal tariffs against the tariffs against us. The thought process is both countries end up removing the tariffs. I think that's what Trump is going to go for. So we'll see. And I think he wants Canada to remove all their tariffs because there was going to be some meeting. There was a meeting with the Premier, Doug Ford, and Ludnick, and that happened. I don't know what got accomplished there. They said they were going to do another meeting, but I think Trump wants all of the tariffs against the United States to be removed, so he's doing reciprocal, which is just matching. And so it is hard to blame Trump if you're just matching tariff for tariff. And then the thought is that they say, well, this is stupid. If we both have tariffs on each other, let's just remove all of them. I think that's what they want to do. How's my wife and kids? My daughter is getting bad grades in first grade. She needs to improve. Just watched the Waltz video with the news. He said Iowa is cousin that is not being too friendly to them. You live in a county that borders Minnesota and you do not want to join them. Yeah, he's a clown. Well, that's not even the thought process. The thought process is Minnesota counties join Iowa because this is what happens. There's all these conservative counties and you've got Minneapolis, which has got a huge, dense population. All these people that are very liberal. The surrounding areas have a way different way of life, but they're controlled by the central big cities. So you're dealing with this thing, and whether or not this is a very niche movement. It is. The Greater Idaho really has all the attention, and even that, I mean, if you ask some people, they probably wouldn't know what it was. But the potential is that there's such a difference in terms of way of life, in terms of these cities versus all of this land that's all so conservative, but there's not many people there. So they have no power within a state government. So it's like you've got like 60% of a country or 60% of a state that's extremely conservative, but they've got no power at all in terms of voting because all the entire population is in the big cities. Have you thought about moving to Rumble? I talked about Rumble a few times. I'm not gonna, they offered me something and they gave me a badge or whatever that is, and they helped pump my videos. You know, they emailed me. That was when I was more in sports, but no, I mean, I don't really like Rumble's interface, honestly, man. I just think it looks bad. I like YouTube, how the analytics look. They track views every minute and stuff, and it's just the money that I make. It's more like with YouTube, it's just if you upload a video on Rumble, it'll get like 0 views in an hour, and then the next hour it'll get 10K views, and the next hour it'll get 0 views again. It's really inconsistent on how it's tracked. So I really wouldn't like to be a creator in that environment. But maybe I'm just a bitch about it. But it's just like, if I'm on YouTube, I'm just going to utilize YouTube, man. Tesla's just been taking a beating, man. They really have. A lot of green today, though, man. A lot of green. We'll take a lot of green. That's you want that with crypto. You need the stock market to be in a decent place. It's a ripple effect.
Recent president, this point after coming into office, Trump's number here is the lowest, significantly the lowest of any of his modern predecessors, except Donald Trump in his first term. He was at 40% at this point in 2020.
And honestly, I think to me, this is what this illustrates. Trump is just not getting a fair shake at all. And I'm not trying to, but seriously, Donald Trump, straight off being a businessman, wins the presidential election. The first 2 months, by the way, in 2017, there was no radical change. There was nothing crazy within 2 months. 40% approval rating. He doesn't even get a chance. But I mean, that's the media and everything like that. Like, to me, that's because, you know, you see all these approval ratings be higher. It's because they get the honeymoon period. They win and then they get momentum. Trump is sitting with a 40% approval rating, coming off being a businessman on a crazy upset win. You know, that's not even giving him a chance. That's like, he didn't even do anything in 2017 either. It's just like this reactionary bullshit when people were controlled by the media. How are all cities liberal in America? Only country where it's like that. We have conservative cities like Edmonton and Calgary. Yeah, we have conservative cities. Oklahoma City is conservative. Miami actually voted, although I wouldn't count Miami as conservative. I mean, we have conservative cities if it's like 200K population. But listen, you're always going to get more liberal cities. That's just the reality. Conservatives don't like living in big cities in apartments. We like suburbs. We like to have we like homes. We like to have land. We like to own our own things. It's a lifestyle difference. Do you like Black Ops 1 or Call of Duty World War II? BO1. We're not getting, what are you talking about? Am I ready for a snowstorm? We're not getting a snowstorm. We're not getting any snow here anymore, man. $27% approval rating by Democrats. Yeah, I did a video on that. That was a big thing because it's the Democrats right now, their party, their popularity is at a record low. Going back to 1990, it's remarkable.
With you, Mr. President, I want to ensure that France and the whole of Europe works enthusiastically with Canada, the most European of non-European countries, determined like you to maintain the most positive possible relations with the United States. Canada is a reliable, trustworthy, and strong partner of France, which shares our values and lives them through action during this age of economic and geopolitical crises. With you, Mr. President.
Guy is a robot puppet, total puppet. How about Ted Cruz having his little podcast? Elon Musk goes on it. Ted Cruz having a podcast will never not be weird. It's just strange to see Ted Cruz, out of all people, with a podcast. Phoenix is conservative. I saw Boise, Idaho, someone say, yeah. I mean, there are cities, but there are no, like, crazy big cities. Do a political compass test. I mean, when I've done several, I guess not on, not a video. But it's more just, I think I normally get around, I don't think libertarian, but right wing, maybe establishment right. I don't know. It's like in the middle. Vance, I just looked at that poll, dude. You're asking me to look at the Vance versus AOC poll. Oh, you're talking about AOC. Well, AOC's probably got like a -20 approval rating, if I had to guess, honestly.
You say, look, what's the waste to fraud ratio?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's like 80% waste, 20% fraud. But you do have these sort of gray areas.
Yep.
So,
Example
would be, we saw a lot of payments going out of Treasury that had no payment code and no explanation for the payment. and then we're trying to figure out what that payment is, and we'd see that, okay, that contract was supposed to be shut off, but someone forgot to shut off that contract, and so the company kept getting money.
Wow.
Now, is that waste or fraud?
Yeah, both.
Both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
But
both.
it's sort of
If
a
you
gray
know you're
area
getting something
because
you're not supposed to get.
you're not supposed to get it, but the government sent it to you, and nobody from the government asked for it back. Or take, for example, the $1.9 billion given to Stacey Abrams, a fake NGO.
Utter insanity.
Yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with the amount of money the U.S. government is dealing with, there has to be just major fraud. I mean, we're $2 trillion deficit every year. Well, it's gotten up to $2 trillion now. $2 trillion. Millennial libs complain about Trump being relatable with all he's done, yet they complain about politicians being boomers and robots on their accounts. Yeah, I mean, I think Trump is a galvanizer. I like, someone like Trump. I like an alpha leader like Trump he just looks like a leader. He talks like a leader. Oh, maybe some of it. I'd like him to have a bit better speeches, but yeah, I'm able to galvanize behind Trump, and it's like a nationalist feel. Bets on the Ukraine war ending. You think Putin will hold out against Trump? Yeah, did you hear about that tomorrow? That'll be interesting to see what ends up happening there. Now, to me, it sounds like they're going to go into a peace deal negotiation. Trump already hinted at it when he was doing that interview. I showed it earlier today in one of my videos. Trump said something's going to happen on Tuesday. I'm talking to Putin on Tuesday. Putin said that he'll agree to a ceasefire as long as he talks to Trump. So Trump talking to Putin, and then Trump saying something big is going to happen on Tuesday, it leads me to believe that there will be a ceasefire agreement. Now, that doesn't mean for sure it's going to lead to a peace deal. We don't know that. But, you've got this at 96% chance. Man, this would have been a nice bet. Well, I guess we didn't really know for sure, but yeah, you've got this at a 96% chance. You've got the Russia-Ukraine ceasefire, 61% chance. Maybe even by April 20th, it'd probably be pretty tough. 61% chance they do get a ceasefire. I think it's going to come down to Russia's demands for Ukraine's future. I mean, obviously, also Ukraine is going to want protection, but Russia is going to want Ukraine demilitarized for at least 80% of their army. But I don't know if that's going to be able to happen. Say what you want about Ted Cruz, but he's a damn good podcaster. Broke an interview with a professional. I don't know, man. I never seen Ted Cruz podcasts. Ted Cruz had some good moments on the floor. Some good speeches before. You want March Madness streams? Oh, that would not go well, man. I would need a different channel, bro. It's not going to go well on this channel. Where do you get your information on all this stuff? Grok, ChatGPT, and X. Honestly. No, I mean, and just the internet in general. Off topic, but people talk about World Economic Forum and BlackRock, but not much talk about the Rothschilds, who are above most powerful people in the world. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be definitely maybe doing a video in relation to that. I want to do another iceberg video after I finish the 9/11 one. I've been thinking about maybe a World War II iceberg, maybe a Titanic iceberg. Maybe I'll put it up as a poll on my page once I finish it. Why does everyone have a podcast? Yeah, well, that's just what happens. People realize they can make money off of it. It becomes oversaturated. Now the market's way oversaturated at this point. It's like really anything. Like, look at all the girls now talking about OnlyFans. They all just bitch about it. They're like, it's oversaturated. There's so many people doing it. It's just everything gets oversaturated after a certain point. People realize you can make money early on. There's no competition. Like Rogan did. I mean, Rogan would be the main face of like podcasting, I would say. But then everyone gets one and becomes like, how many podcasts can you really listen to? With podcasts, these are long form things, but they're like hour, 2 hour, 3 hour things. You believe Trump and Putin will reach a deal to formally accept a ceasefire once Trump accepts an economic deal with Russia for extracting rare earth minerals on the Donbass? Yeah, no, that's a good take. That could definitely happen. There might be a little bit of a give and take, and Russia would I guess want Trump involved in that area in the Donbass. That's been something that's been rumored, and I've touched on that. It's, you do a military deal with Russia, you do a military deal with Ukraine, you do a military deal with both, or a mineral deal, not military, mineral deal with either of those countries. The Tropicana Field iceberg. Honestly, that would be really cool, but I just don't but I don't even know how that would work. Like, I mean, I guess there's some topics on Tropicana Field. There's some topics you could do, but honestly, that wouldn't work. There's not enough like deep stuff to be able to do, and it doesn't really. It's not really interesting. You love watching World War II documentaries, dude. I get recommended World War II documentaries. The World War II documentaries. Have you seen those channels that just post the same shit and they get like 12 million views? World War II documentaries, like, no matter, they always get views, man. There's some good ones too. There was a good one, Hitler's Final Year. When I was younger, I watched it. Talking about the last year of Nazi Germany, 1944, April 45. The capitulation, the surrender, the suicide, all that stuff. Just a country just getting backed into nothing. Who signed with the auto pen? I guess Biden did. I don't know. Trump's really attacking that, isn't he? I don't know. I think you are allowed to do executive orders with auto pen, but you have to be aware of it. The whole administration was a mess. I mean, there's been people within the Biden administration that have come out after. I did a video on this like in January right when Biden was about to leave, and they were saying how ridiculous it was, where Biden wouldn't even be in the room for important briefings. He couldn't even have briefings someday, and this was back in 2021 because he's so old and he couldn't focus. They wouldn't even give him briefings sometimes. And when they did that infrastructure deal, what they gave Biden a bunch of credit for, they had to tell Biden to leave the room because he was just such a hindrance to like negotiations, I guess. And Nancy Pelosi had to negotiate it. It was like, I don't know if it was 2021 or 2022 when they did that huge infrastructure deal. I think it was 2022. But they had to ask Biden to leave the room. I mean, that entire administration, you want to talk about like, oh, a threat to democracy. The guy was elected. He can't even complete tasks and they won't remove him. It is crazy. If they fake out the JFK files, you're going to lose your marbles. Well, people are not going to be happy. They want the Israeli smoking gun on the JFK files. They want, the 2-shooter. I don't know what we're going to get. They're going to release some stuff. Remember, they released some Saudi-related stuff about Biden did. Biden released in 2023 some Saudi Arabia stuff about them having knowledge, or a lot of their officials having knowledge, or at least hinting at their officials having knowledge of 9/11. I mean, 15 out of the 19 hijackers were from Saudi Arabian. And there was one of them, there was a Saudi national that was living in San Diego that helped 2 of the hijackers during their flight school when they were in the United States. And the reason I know that is because I'm doing a video on 9/11. Did you know Hunter Biden moved to South Africa? Hunter Biden moved to South Africa? Come on. This chat is starting to turn on each other. Really, I think it's been a good chat today. How many days am I at? Is it 22 days? Is that what it is, Pepe? You gotta remind me. It isn't an old thing, it's cognitive. Well, it's related to being old. Losing cognitive ability is related to being old. I understand with Trump's old and he has it. People lose that ability at different ages. It just depends on the individual in specific. But when I talk about getting older, yeah, your cognitive ability declines. It's in relation to being old. Need to do a Biden administration iceberg. That would be something. Yeah, I could put one of those together. That would be another long video, probably requiring a part 2. Phase 1. Imagine it's phase 1. It's phase 1 of the JFK Files. We've released nothing. Guys, I have to say, I was invited to the White House tomorrow. I'm getting a binder. I'm going to be receiving a binder for the JFK Files. They wanted to call influencers, specifically Irish influencers, because of St. Patrick's Day. And I'm going to be there with Conor McGregor just spewing nationalist garbage about Ireland. This is a huge moment. Let's not act like a chunk of those Saudis weren't linked to Mossad. In May of 2001, 200 Saudis were arrested for roaming government offices. Well, yeah, you had it was like art exhibits in different areas, and yeah, they were with Mossad. And then you also had the dancing Israelis, which is the ultimate smoking gun with Mossad. Day 22, oh, you're talking about Ripken's streak, 2,600? Come on, come on, 2,600. Well, Ripken, I mean, let's be honest, Ripken took off seasons off. That is a crazy streak, though, man. By Ripken. There's no way any player could do that in the modern age. They're too pampered. Typhoon, what's up, man? Bondi has to go. They moved from the Epstein files, and now they're hoping people forget. Yeah, you're honestly probably right. It's just such a random shift. Trump randomly announces it basically out of the blue. So, dude, these people, there's got to be people that are trolls. I mean, how many people are saying to show? You're telling me to show Thomas Massie? Why? What is the purpose? People tweet all the time. I don't know what you want me to show. Did he say something interesting? Gonzaga or Houston? I like Houston. I mean, I know Gonzaga's a very... I was looking at the teams that were picked the most to win the title. Houston was only like 8%. So I feel pretty good about that. If Houston wins, my bracket should finish in the 99th percentile. I think it's because people are picking Gonzaga to beat them in the second round. Hunter Biden's house in the Pacific Palisades apparently burned down during the LA wildfires. Imagine all the evidence that was destroyed in relation to Burisma and Ukraine or Chinese business too. Yeah, well, remember his art? I mean, he has really good art. I mean, he sells for millions of dollars. Well, I mean, it's just like the Bidens are just your typical, it's total family corruption. Biden is a career politician. He's been a politician. Remember, he was like the youngest in Congress at age 30. He's been a politician for legit 50 years. Longer, because you don't just become, you got to campaign before then too. Over 50 years. The video of Trump and Little X. Yeah, that's a troll, man. I guess it's a nice video, but it's like, yeah, they're not going to do anything. There's going to be no change. May 7th, we're going to get change. No, I think May 7th, we're going to get change. We better get change on May 7th, dude. Come on. We're dealing with a freaking recession. You're not going to lower it? Thoughts on the Dems going after Chuck Schumer? He's older, changing a guard. They want younger people there anyways. They view Schumer as caving to Trump. They want Trump's administration to be as slow as possible. A government shutdown would not be a positive development for Trump's administration in terms of momentum, in terms of keeping the mandate. And Schumer he's the old guard. He's got a -20 approval rating. It's a failing party. They're all turning on each other. Yeah, we'll go to that video of Trump talking about the files.
Announcing and giving all of the Kennedy files. So people have been waiting for decades for this, and I've instructed my people that are responsible, lots of different people, put together by Tulsi Gabbard, and that's going to be released tomorrow. We are tomorrow announcing and...
Very nice, Donald. Very nice. Gulf of America. Conor McGregor. He met Conor McGregor. You guys got it. You should see some of my tweets, guys. Take a look at some of my tweets. I've been trying to defend Trump, but a little shamrock there. Trump is showing him the map of Gulf of America like it's a high school presentation. Take a look at that. Trump is easing tensions in the Middle East with a reactionary strike against radicals in Yemen. This is a de-escalation tactic. Trump just won a major golf tournament. He's an elite athlete. I'll just give some Trump propaganda. I'll just tweet a bunch of Trump propaganda. Honestly, a lot of the times, just to get people happy. Thoughts on John Rocker? Is that the baseball player? Are you talking about the former baseball player? Or I might have someone different. Who's become, is his big thing pro-Trump or anti-Israel? Because those are two different things now. We gotta separate, like, the anti-Israel. Because they don't like Trump now. Yeah, he is a good athlete. Everyone knows who's behind Yemen. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's gonna help Israel. There's no doubt about it. But it's like, dude, we've cracked the code. Like, Trump is pro-Israel, but are we just gonna keep going over this? Like, I mean, to be fair, it also is. The Houthis they're an American problem. They're an Israel problem. They're a Saudi Arabia problem. They're a problem for any transit within the Red Sea, which is a very important waterway. But so it's not just Israel. These strikes are not just for Israel. That's a trade waterway. He was on Survivor. I know. I do remember John Rocker being on Survivor. Destroy our eardrums with the F-16s. I'm not gonna show any of that shit because that always happens, man. That always happens. Whenever I show something that's like, whether it's on a tarmac or there's always something that's. Oh, here it is.
Member of the thing different. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country.
Something different. There is now a member of the European...
You know, it's one of those things that's just like, it's probably said as a joke. Or honestly, I don't know, with these European countries, they seem to hate the United States really badly. They should take the Statue of Liberty. They should try and take it. Fuentes and Ye, did they actually do a podcast, Fuentes and Ye? Is it on Ye's Twitter? You can disable autoplay on your X profile so you don't have to just stop them all the time. All right, I'll do that. I'll do that after the stream. I'll do it after the stream. We might need to build a bigger Statue of Liberty, maybe. Maybe that. Do I watch Pawn Stars? You were watching? Yeah, I never watched the Pawn one. I watch Hardcore. God, those names sound really not not good. But yeah, I used to watch the one in Detroit with Les. Ilhan Omar calls the Alien Enemies Act illegal. You pick Houston in your friends league, you better be right. Well, I mean, I think Houston's a really good value play now that I see, because nobody's picking Houston, man. If Greenland wants to be independent, they need to cooperate with the United States. Plus, we can give them more protection. Well, yeah, that's what it comes down to. Is they need us if they want to be independent. But even if they didn't want to be independent, we'd just make a deal with Denmark. Crazy to think that the Axis almost won World War II. That's a crazy thought if you think of it. When Hitler started fighting two fronts, you never win in that war. It is pretty crazy. You know, I was originally like, because Americans would always say, "Oh, we contributed so much to World War II," and I'd be like, "Have you seen the Soviet death numbers? You know, like the Soviet Union does. Even though I hate communism, they did contribute the most in terms of that. They were the ones that were invaded, and they just threw waves and waves and waves at the Nazis." But if you look at the Lend-Lease Act, like the United States spent the most money out of any country, including Germany, including Russia, on World War II, out of anyone, because of the Lend-Lease. The amount of tanks that the USSR had was just unbelievable. Thomas Massey did not say that, dude. Come on.
Anything. It is hard to imagine anything more un-American than that. The Trump administration's immigration policy is a threat to immigrants like criminals. America is too great to fall prey to Donald Trump's anti-immigrant agenda.
This woman is not even pro-American, by the way. Her allegiance is not with the United States. That's the other thing that I was thinking of. How does someone like this get elected? I mean, I know it's like, you know, the whole idea they flooded her district with Somalis. But like, this woman openly says she doesn't like the country. She doesn't like the founding of our country. She doesn't like our founding fathers. She thinks they were all racist. How does someone like this get power? This is the sign of a failing country. And look, I know it's just one district or whatever, and she's never going to have any crazy power. But it's just like, this is somebody that does not like she does not like the United States. She's in the country, and she somehow has some type of influence, and she does not like the country. Straight up does not. And there's a lot of Democrats like this, but with her, it's like next level. I heard about her brother. I mean, that's what Republicans say all the time. Well, then why isn't she deported?
We need to restore basic humanity to our immigration system, and that starts with repealing the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 with Our Neighbors Not Enemies Act. Together, we will end this xenophobic law once and for all.
USA lost 400K in World War II. That's because a lot of it, that we didn't lose a ton because we were fighting Japan, and a lot of it was air battles. Soviet Union lost 10 million. I know. No, that's why I say the Soviet Union, they have to get the credit, but we did give them a fuck ton of money. A lot of money. She married her brother to get U.S. citizenship. Well, then it needs to be investigated. They need to demand for an investigation. I know, I've heard that. Be happy you don't live in Sweden. This country has gone to shit because people... Really, Sweden? What are the demographics in Sweden now? Yeah, I don't want to look at that neighbor's spelling anymore.
That's the same.
When you signed the CR,
Who are you with?
Sir, I'm with NBC News.
That's the same one. I don't want to talk to NBC anymore. I think you're so discredited.
I mean, with Trump, he's been so harassed by these outlets. It's like, how much can you take of these outlets? Just... Treasury Secretary says White House is heading off a guaranteed financial crisis. Yeah, there's a lot of problems that they're trying to work out right now in terms of the economy, especially with the refinancing of the debt that's going to be happening in 2026. It has to be done at lower interest rates. So you have to not tank the economy, but there's going to be some uneasiness. I mean, there is manipulation happening to where you will indirectly have inflation decrease because of tariffs. They say, well, tariffs raise inflation. Well, not when tariffs cause choppiness in the market, that's indirectly, it's going to lower the inflation slightly. And that's why the inflation numbers were lower than expected, because of the tariff variable that came into play. It chopped up the markets and it lowered the inflation. But Trump wants the inflation, I think, even lower, and the Fed wants it lower as well. They need to get it to 2%. The actual inflation is under 2%, but it's not the one that they track or they go off of. Israel launched airstrikes on Gaza. Was that something that happened today? Favorite Trump can't win. What was that one? And remember when Ann Coulter said that in 2015? It's like, on Bill Maher, that was the best moment. I might react to one of those in a video. I might do a video on that. Those seem to do very well. But I mean, going back to 2015, 2016, because I loved that campaign. But when they were like, who do you think in the Republican Party has the best chance to be president? And she's like, believe it or not, Donald Trump. And then they all started laughing. But I mean, Obama said, bragged about all the way back in like 2012 at like the Correspondents' Dinner. Remember that? It is crazy that Trump's been president. He ran 3 election cycles in a row. Breaking: Israel bombing Gaza right now. Violent airstrikes have been reported in northern, central, southern Gaza Strip. This is happening despite the ceasefire agreement. Reports are that Israel just broke the ceasefire. Yeah, this is really happening. Yeah, they're trying. This is really only going to end one way, I think, with Trump. The idea of a two-state solution with Trump backing Israel now, I don't know. Seems very unlikely. The only thing to push for, honestly, is just reducing government, preferably to 1/4. No amount of government reform will undo the last 50 years. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just such a mess. The more I look into our economic situation, I mean, the entitlements have to be completely redone. They just have to. But I mean, how do you do that without angering people and losing in elections? Military spending has to be cut. I mean, we just have to do it. But we could cut military spending in half and still have the #1 military by far. I mean, when you're that far into debt. But then that has a negative effect on the economy when you do that. Yeah, Israel definitely, to me, Trump winning was obviously very good for Israel. They feel a lot more emboldened. It's just Trump's personality in terms of this. It seemed like liberals were very split. They had a much bigger with liberals. It's a different component when you look at a situation like this because they're really about Palestine and free and all of that stuff. With Republicans, many of the establishment Republicans love Israel, support Israel. There's obviously the fraction that hates Israel and thinks Israel controls us totally. But it's a lot smaller of a fraction than there is on the left, and it's not about Palestine. It's more about Israel. But I think Israel is emboldened with Trump, and Trump has a big... I mean, we saw what happened when Trump came out, and whether it was negotiations or whatever you want to say, there's no way the Democrats would have come out and said, we're just going to take all the Palestinians and just force them out. Two-state solution was never real. Well, dude, I mean, honestly, like, the whole idea of a two-state solution, is it really going to include Gaza? Like, look at the borders. If you do a two-state solution, it's just inviting a war in like 2 or 3 years. But I mean, obviously, to me, it's like, for Trump to be this involved in it, but that's the thing. It's like me talking about this. Trump's backing of Israel is it's like, I understand you want to end it. I get it. I really do. And if you want to end it, maybe it requires displacing people, because otherwise it's just going to be an endless loop but either way, it's going to be an endless loop with these Arab states and Israel, no matter what. Because now it's Israel, Iran, it's Israel, Palestine. It's all their small fractions like Hezbollah. The loading. More war. I know. It's like how much escalation can we afford before this negatively impacts Trump? You need updated subscription badges. Well, what do you want for the updated badges? Maybe I'll get someone to make them. Any country the size of a state should be left to fend for themselves. It's untenable to have us stay involved. No, it's brutal, man. It's really brutal. But this is all through in entrapment within our government. There's just total control through AIPAC and other lobbying groups as well. But it's bipartisan control. That's what makes it so unique with AIPAC. But yeah, I mean, for us to be involved in these very small conflicts is it's certainly not ideal, but Trump's been captured by this. I mean, this isn't really going to end anytime soon, because there is the whole Iran situation as well. It's not just Israel, Palestine. We need updated subscription badges. 1-year badge, make a DG head. All right, I'll do that, man. The whale enters. What's up, man? the whale. The whale. Maybe the whale needs a badge. You want me to give you a badge? Just a whale? Just a massive whale? Trump considering travel ban for over 40 countries. I saw that. There's actually bets on that. Will Trump enact India travel ban? 1% chance India travel ban. Oh, my India travel ban. But I thought there was like a number of, like you could vote on which countries. No, I guess not. There's only 2 here. You know what? There probably is a coin. Bro, come on, man. Like, I'm probably just gonna sell this, guys, honestly. Like, I'm sorry. The problem is, well, maybe it'll break out tonight. We need it to break out, man. Like, I can't risk this again, seriously. Legit. If anyone else is in this coin, what is it at 498 right now? 488. Man. Just give me a million. If you're greedy, you're gonna lose. I mean, if you're greedy, you're gonna lose. It's like, you know, but I'm just gonna put it into a stable coin when I trade this, because I don't. Well, actually, there's a few coins I could buy that at really low market caps. Man, I'd love to see it go to 1 million. Just give me a 2x from here. I mean, it's stabilized, but that's the problem. Then you're gonna start seeing it slowly start tailing off, and then the big dump. But I mean, we're talking about 400K here. We're going backwards. We're going backwards. At least with Epstein, it was at 800K. But yeah, we'll see what I do with that. I don't know. The whale is the highlight of the stream. Yeah, the whale. The whale emoji. How many viewers do you think you lost by taking a break from streaming after the election? Well, it's not about me taking a break. It's more so that the election was over. I was going to lose viewers no matter what. Yeah, I probably could have kept some viewers if I would have just streamed every day. I was really burnt out after that election. That's a brutal thing to stream that long. It's not a fun thing. I mean, if you've got other people there, it can be manageable. But if you're streaming by yourself, you get some pretty bad burnout. So I stopped. I mean, you know, I made good money off of that. So it was like, I'm gonna take time off from streaming. Good call on selling JFK coin. I know, dude. I want to see it go to 1 million at least. Just, you know, but you have to. I mean, I can't deal with this anymore, man. I'll make like a 2x. I'll sell it, I guess, if I sell it right now. Medicare, Medicaid, ACA, CHIP, 24% of the. Let me see this. 24% of the debt defense budget, 13%. Right. I mean, it's entitlements. Well, there's also other fraud involved and waste, and hopefully they'll cut some of it. I mean, Musk said they want to cut $2 trillion. I've heard a lot of the contracts they're cutting are not like, I mean, it might be just a liberal cope, but they're like, it's not real. I don't know. Why sell? It'll be SPX 6900 again for you. No, not with that coin. That's a narrative coin. There's no actual community to back that coin. That Files coin. The coin is based off of news. What was Kamala's stance on Israel again? She did pro-Israel. They're all going to be pro-Israel, but it's the Democrats. They were a lot more hesitant to. I mean, just look at what Trump did in terms of bombing the Houthis. Biden was hesitant in doing that. They were doing basically the same thing as what Trump would do. They're just a lot more hesitant in what they do. There's a bigger segment of liberals that are like really pro-Palestine than obviously the right has. Democrats should know they need to shift to center right if they want to get their numbers up again and not go over top with the abortion, LGBT, feminist. Yeah, no, I agree. And I think you're going to need some. They just have to attack the middle class, the working middle class. That's what they should go after, those people. And you've got to cut the LGBT shit. Well, the abortion thing is actually a winning topic for them, but if they focus on it too much, because they milked it dry in 2022, the midterms, and that's really why they performed well in the midterms, because they got that Roe v. Wade. That was in the summer, and then it happened. The midterms happened a few months later. But yeah, they have to just. I think they're going to focus mainly on the middle class and try to be more relatable to like middle class white people. The Whale, the Admid, Andrew are your favorites. Pepe, you're a good man in this chat. You're a valued member. Yeah, the Fort Knox audit's gonna happen. We don't know when it's coming, but that's actually something to look at. I can't even find that coin. I think it's just called Knox actually. Maybe that's a rotation play. That's a rotation there. Oh, it's accumulating. Oh, it bottomed. It bottomed. Now, I don't know if this is worth it. The thing is, I got to start going into shit that's not news related. That's the problem is, you know, you go into these news type coins and come on, man, with this. These people front run this shit. It's like it's 16 hours before the release. You're already front running it. You're making like a 1x. Calm down. These people make like a 1.2x. They sell immediately. How can any of us make money? The market cap is 400K. We barely even get a 2x out of this. We're like milking it. We're milking it. There's nothing coming out. There's nothing to any of these coins. We got a runner. We got a runner. Israel offensive. It's over, both north and south of Gaza being pounded. Gaza ceasefire over. Yeah, I'm sure Trump approves of this. Remember Ben J? Yeah, it would be nice to reconnect with Ben. I don't know what happened to him. He was just a liberal in like 2 streams in the summer. What do you think the files would contain? Also, the Democratic Party is now rallying around AOC. Are they seriously? So they maybe want AOC to be the new leader of their party. But AOC is too liberal. She's too annoying. She's too inexperienced. She would never get the Rust Belt vote at all. Wonderwolf DG2. I know. You know what? I that is what it's called, the DG2. Because I was thinking to myself, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I haven't used the Wonderwolf in forever. It's a great wonder weapon. Buy into Greenland coin. Yeah, maybe I'll rebuy the Greenland coin because it's really down right now. But the problem is, it's really not. It really hasn't gone up. I mean, Trump was just mentioning it. Greenland was in the news pretty heavily, and it didn't really go up. That's got to be a bearish signal for it. Did the storms hit you? Yeah, but it was really inconsistent. We didn't really get hit hard like other places in like in Missouri and more SEC areas got hit a lot harder. Tennessee. We got like, you get these bipolar storms where it'll be really windy and then it'll start downpouring for 10 minutes and then it'll be fine. But just a lot of wind. It's just the most support in a fractured party. Yeah, but like that's the thing is, would they really rally behind her with how young she is and how liberal? It's not strategically smart. Do you support us having direct talks with Hamas? Some U.S. officials had some talks which pissed a lot of people off. My take is that at this point, something directly needs to happen. Well, I mean, there's either going to be a deal with Hamas or there's not going to be. If you don't talk with Hamas, they're just talking with Israel. It's just the United States and Israel again. I mean, with what Trump is saying, I don't think they're really going to talk with Hamas at all. They would not want to be. They want Hamas wiped off the map. But if there would be a two-state solution, they would have to be talked to. But it's like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. I mean, they are a terrorist, or like, they did elect a terrorist group. And it's like, well, it was in 2006, but still, like, seriously? And I know Israel's done some really bad things, but, you know, I don't like either Israel or Hamas in terms of this, with the U.S. defending. It's not going to be involved in these Middle Eastern situations, and they trickle over into the other Arab states. Favorite perk? Yours is Juggernaut. I mean, everyone's is Juggernaut. That's an obvious thing. You up your health. It's got to be Juggernaut's number one. But I like a double tap. Double tap's a really good perk. Speed Cola is a good perk. JFK Files Mossad. I mean, I'd be surprised if there was anything. Imagine if there was. That would be pretty crazy. That would be admirable of Trump to release something like that, honestly. I don't think so. BNB and the BSC. You like BNB, really? You think it's going to break out? There's been a lot of hype surrounding BNB. I'm not a fan of BNB. Dude, I can't even remember a good swap I've, like, on Pancake Swap. I just don't like Pancake Swap. I don't like the interface. There's just something weird with Pancake Swap. And that was the big thing in 2021 was Pancake Swap. But I don't really use Pancake Swap. I don't use BNB. I don't have a single BNB coin. I used to have BNB coins, but not anymore. Is Vivek still your candidate? You mean in Ohio? Well, he is a candidate for the governorship in Ohio. And I would imagine he's going to win. I mean, he's got the Trump MAGA support. He's also got name recognition now with the presidential run, the primary run. Black Ops 2, I'd say BO1. Well, yeah, Black Ops 2, double tap is better. You're right on that. But BO1 double tap is still decent. Do you watch the NBA? Not really anymore, man. I mean, I'll see the scores. I know the Cavs are doing very well. Cavs are in first place in the East. I don't really watch the NBA much, though, man. You're a female. You think Dan Schneider is on the Diddy list? The Nickelodeon producer. Yeah, there was a lot of bad stuff that came out about him. Repeal the 19th Amendment. Well, it's just there should be, you know, that's obviously something to where it's like, well, you're just conservative, so of course you would only want men voting. But it's a thing to where you need to have stake in the game. I think that's what it comes down to. But there was something to where I forgot what it was, but someone was talking about a stipulation to be able to vote, and I thought it was a good idea. But I forget what they said. I don't think it was a test or anything like that, because that's obviously goes back to racism and whatever. But did you see the video of Adam Kinzinger? Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I'll go to it.
Threatening the January 6th. So I just saw that Trump is like threatening the January 6th committee again. Listen, this dude knows, he knows that this is like the thing that embarrasses him. He won't admit it embarrasses him because he's trying to like pretend like he didn't do anything. He's obsessed. He's more obsessed with like me and Liz Cheney than his freaking golf score. Hey, Trump, bring it on, dude. You weak, whiny tiny man who, by the way, I saw a picture of you this weekend. You're hiking up your pants now to really just below your man boobs, and you're sweating so much. Like, looking pretty bad there. But bring it, man. Like, stop with all the big mouth talking stuff. You're a grown man. You don't talk like one, but you're a grown man. Come on, dude. Bring it.
It's embarrassing. Like who is this dude, man? Like, little bro, come on. Don't flatter yourself. Like, come on. Oh, man. That was a total sham committee, the January 6th committee. Unbelievable. I mean, it was all liberal. It was all liberal, and then Liz Cheney was the conservative. And also, this guy was he was the Republican on the committee. Trump probably told Israel to strike Hamas for not releasing the hostages. Maybe Trump's threats to Hamas weren't fake. Well, Titans, you make a good point, but even Trump is going to support Israel whether or not he told them to strike. Like, we know that. There's the Israel in the United States are talking daily. If Israel does something in terms of aggression against Hamas, I can guarantee it's okayed by Trump. So either way, I mean, you know, maybe you're right about the hostages and that's what they're going to say. But I think either way, even if there wasn't Trump direct involvement, Trump would be fine with them doing it. I mean, they're, you know, they've really gotten, I mean, what are you talking about, dude? I don't even know what you're talking about. You're saying, what do you want to fight him or something? Like, bro, this is pathetic. This dude's filming in his car, in the backseat of a Range Rover. Guy needs to get clobbered. He wants to fight Trump, apparently. Famous last words, bring it. Yeah, I mean, it's all just a show with these guys. He's like, you care about me so much, bro. Bro. Little man. Remember, these are like the Republicans that have, it's like the Mike Pence. They've got actual values, and they're going to go against Trump because he's not a real conservative, and then Trump ends up winning everything. Hilarious. When is Epstein? Well, I don't know, man. It's you know, I think the Epstein coin went up a bit, mainly because of the you know, just, yeah, it did go up a little bit. I guess we just wait now. I'll take my 2x. I'll take my 2x. I'll put it in a stable coin on the JFK Files. I'll probably have to take that tonight. And then I'll wait for the Epstein coin to be released. I'll wait for it to go up. Maybe try and get my money back, or maybe get a 2x and then just put it in a stable coin. And then probably just invest in long-term holds. That's probably what I'm going to do, honestly. And there's also a few Solana coins that I want to buy that are really low right now. Get out of JFK, take the 2.5. I don't even know if it's 2.5x. I'd have to remember what I bought it at. I might have bought it at like, maybe I did buy it at like 180. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, dude, I'm hoping for one more leg up, but it already looks oversold. That's the problem. That's what happens with these coins is, this is the exact thing. They'll have an initial boom because the news comes out. Yeah, you got to like represent on a 15-minute. They'll have an initial boom. See, this looks like it's kind of holding up, but what it'll do is it'll go like this, go down a little bit, just go down, and then when the release happens, way down. It'll go to like, you know, 350K. It'll just start getting over. You'll just see remnants of it just going down. It'll just slowly go down, just like the Grok and stuff. But I mean, I would hope there would be one more level to it, one more run tonight. But I mean, that's the problem that I've had. It's like you might as well just take, if you can make any money in this market. It's been so bad recently. You might as well just take it. People don't like that. How's the Trump coin doing? It's not well. It was never going to do well based on that coin and the vesting schedule and the amount of supply that's not in circulation yet. The Epstein coin will get big. I'm not sure it'll get big, honestly, man. You heard there are no big upcoming coins worth buying. What, in terms of the news? Maybe that Fort Knox coin, possibly. I would have to look at Polymarket to see if there's anything big upcoming in relation to Trump. I mean, they might do the Bitcoin. I don't know if they'll do the Bitcoin Act, but there's a coin on that. What about XLM Stellar? That's there's an OG coin. It's a good call to either sell tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, I know. And the Epstein files should be next. I should be able to recoup my money on the Epstein files at least. At least, you know, I'll just take like a 1.5x off of that, or just try and just get back to even. Mike Pence, that was a crazy. I can't, dude. Mike Pence, and then that had to have been like a brain fart, seriously, because people will be like, "Well, that's what Mike Pence really meant." There's no way that Mike Pence thought it was coming off like that. Like, that was one of the craziest things, where he said, "That's not my concern." About, just because Tucker Carlson did the whole thing about, you care about giving all this money to Ukraine and the tanks that we're giving them. What about all of the cities in the United States that are doing terribly right now? The big cities, all the crime, you know, the big runaround that the people do. And then Mike Pence goes, "That's not my problem." I'm not sure if Mike Pence just didn't know the question or what. That was like the worst thing. Yeah, this guy is a bitch. We don't want to see this guy anymore. Look, there's a cat right there. The cat. Carbon tax is necessary. Man, Canada wants to be part of this liberal Europe so bad. They're obsessed with the EU. They are obsessed with the EU. It all comes down to Trump and what he's done with the EU and Canada. They're trying to be buddy. I mean, they already are, but when did the unconditional support for Israel begin? 2001? No. But that was the catalyst for the Iraq War. Did I see the X post from the El Salvador president? The Venezuelan gangs. Yeah, I think they got deported, right? Because they were saying that the judge ruled that they had to turn the plane around, but the plane was over international water, so they couldn't turn it around. But I mean, for the judge to even rule that, you know, they do this whole thing to where it's like, we believe in due process and all of this, but these are just activists, these that hate Trump, that are trying to hinder his. I mean, these are gang members that they're deporting, like. And like they used a law from 1978. Well, yeah, it's. I mean, look at what the founding fathers did with the Constitution, the separation, states' rights, the power. Obviously, we're going to trust them even if it's back in the 1700s. You miss when cat coins used to do well? Fun times. The cats, yeah. There are some good cat coins, but not many now. It's oversaturated, man, is what it is. It's just oversaturated. I think I'm gonna get into that Mars coin. But I don't know, man. The problem with Mars is, like, dude, Musk just will not shut up about Mars. All he talks about is Mars. His number one biggest accomplishment wants to be Mars. But I don't even think they're going to be able to get to Mars, he's saying, until 2031 now. But they're sending an unmanned probe to Mars in 2026, SpaceX's. That's what Musk is claiming. The guy was out of Canada for 10 years, lives as a private citizen, holds 3 passports. Most of Canada didn't know him before January, but he won supposedly 85% of the vote. Sure. Yeah, that's a total mess. I mean, that almost seems like a situation to where it almost feels like, from an American perspective, he was the VP. Like, there's, like, what election was even held? You know, in the United States, if something happened to Trump, it would be Vance. He's the president now. And it seems like Carney was basically the VP. Just from an American perspective. Like, how did they have an actual election? It's just like, people didn't even vote. Greed 4. Dude, that dude, like, he ruined his reputation. He doesn't even want to release anything, I don't think. He's probably done with the crypto. Portnoy. Yeah, he got a lot of people mad. Musk is a dream boy. Nobody can live on Mars. Well, yeah, there are some people that are against that. I trust me, I know. There's some people that were in my chat that really said that Mars could never happen. Well, no, you could land on Mars and do a mission, but sustaining life on Mars, well, it has to happen. What other planet do you suggest? A moon? It would have to be Mars. I mean, we can't get to another star. It's not possible. You made a few hundred off Toshi when it came out on Coinbase. Yeah, Toshi is it's a bigger cap. But I like Toshi because I like the base ecosystem. I'm a fan of base, so I hope the base coins do well. I'm going to have to try and invest into some of them. He spent 13 years at Goldman Sachs. Well, yeah, he's like total World Economic Forum is what people told me. You can't live on Mars, no heirs. Well, yeah, they'd be habitats. Bryce, thanks, man. I appreciate that. DG, thanks again for letting me borrow your Lambo when I came to Ohio. You're a class act. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm not too. I don't appreciate you leaving me with an empty tank. But you know what? With how rich I am, it's all right, man. No problem. Auto pen coin. Yeah, this one dude is like, oh man, this is back up to 500K. Dude, this is how degenerate people are. How are you buying? And listen, I understand to a degree. You got to be kidding me with this. And this doesn't make any sense to me. See, this doesn't make any sense. Think about this. You guys have to be with me on this. It's auto pen. How does it go to 2.8 million but JFK? The JFK files are a big thing. They're way bigger than this auto pen story. But how does the auto pen go to 2.8 million? It's like we're getting trolled with this stuff. This dude bought an auto pen, the auto pen coin. Listen, I give you credit, you bought it, but it's like Mars will happen. Yeah, I'm looking to buy that Mars currency, that meme coin. It's going to be the official currency of Mars. How is my day going? How is it going? But I mean, my day has been I don't know. I woke up in this weird weird state. But it's going all right, man. Just it's a typical grind. Typical grind. Living on Mars would be cool short term, but long term it would suck. Well, yeah, there has to be so much that gets established on Mars before it becomes viable. There has to be so many missions. I mean, it's you're looking at 2050, 2060 at the earliest. But in terms of people actually landing on Mars, that could happen in by 2031, 2032 maybe. But even that is very ambitious. Titan is habitable? Not really. Titan's a cool moon, but Mars is a much more viable option than Titan. Check Mike Pence and Mike Johnson coin. You gotta stop with that trolling, man. You're just like, look at this. What is this at? This is a side eye. 500K. I mean, these coins are doing stuff. I'll be honest. This is giving me hope for the JFK coin. If these we're starting to get more volume back into these coins. We're getting more volume back. This could be really good news for this coin. This coin's up to $500,000. Man, this is a huge move if this happens. Yeah, people don't. I need to turn on dark mode on this. Oh, there it is. It's very easy. Whoa. See, whenever I turn on dark mode, it's just like weird the first time you turn it on on a site. Autopen coin goes hard. How does Autopen coin go that high? It doesn't make sense. JFK assassinated by a foreign government, 3% chance. YOLO. $2,444.44. These coins are a joke. I know. I don't know why people invest. How you're investing into something called Autopen. I don't know. These people, what are these? And then it goes to $2 million. It's like, imagine Trump's legacy if he ends the war with Ukraine, Gaza, acquires Greenland, Canada, and Panama Canal. You believe he will be remembered as one of the most influential people in modern history? Oh, that would totally reshape history if he's able to do that. And you also have the China-Taiwan situation, which, that might be a situation where Trump is able to annex some islands that we used to own as well. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but you look at that situation, you got Micronesia, Palau, the Marshall Islands. Those are things I think Trump would annex if China did something to Taiwan. So there's a lot that Trump can do. I mean, I don't think Canada's going to happen, but they say if Alberta falls, it's like dominoes and they all go. So maybe that ends up happening. Imagine being stuck inside all day, every month, every year. You're talking about for Mars? Yeah, but you have to get used to that environment, and with the technology they would probably have certain things that would alleviate the struggle of being inside, and they would have massive domes and things like. I mean, it's not ideal. Certainly, it's not ideal. Did you see the? Yeah, I saw the massive Bitcoin short. Mars is unlikely in our lives, but maybe Gen Alpha might get there. Yeah, maybe by like 2050, I would say. There'll be maybe like 2060, there'll be a small base on Mars, something like that. JFK denied nukes to Israel, wanted them to register as foreign agents. I mean, they should. They obviously should. They just have too much influence. Farah. Stranded astronauts have been returned. Or they're getting returned right now. I think they're in the process. It's being reported the U.S. did more attacks and eliminated members of Iran's IRGC. Now, they're escalating with Iran right now. It's not good if that's true. If that's direct contact. I mean, there was always going to be at least a minimal escalation when you attack the Houthis, who are funded by Iran. I'll take a look at the page again. I'll get recommended certain things. I mean, dude, look at this. You can see it. There it is, right there. I mean, what is this? Is this like a formal announcement of the Gulf of America? Why did they have this up today? Was it just to show it off randomly? Trump was just like showing it off to Conor McGregor of all people. It was like Conor McGregor and Trump, and then Trump's like, look at what I did, and then Conor McGregor was like, this is so inspiring. Your work ethic is commendable. I have so much admiration. Yeah, I heard about the astronaut story. They got interviewed. I saw the interview with both of them. They said, "Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Elon Musk. But we would have had to stay up here longer with NASA because they're cheaper and they're more inefficient. This Israel war is terrible. Yeah, this is not good at all for Trump. But let's just get it over with, and maybe people will stop talking about it." But it's like never ending with this Israel stuff. It's like. You just saw the Conor McGregor clip, so good. He's like, here. He's like, look at this. Look at what we did, and it's just this map, and there's just this giant Gulf of America, and then Conor McGregor's like, that's amazing. Yeah, he's right. I mean, for what it's worth, putting out a strike on the Iranian nuclear sites will almost certainly result in thousands of American deaths at bases throughout the Middle East and cost the U.S. tens of billions of dollars. I know. It's like someone has got to get to Trump because this is going to be real hard to defend this Middle East. I mean, maybe you don't talk about it. I don't know. Maybe I should avoid talking about it because it's not going to be good for Trump. I'll tell you that much. I mean, I understand trying to end the war with Israel Palestine, but this is another Israeli enemy. This is a wider scale war. You have a specific team you're rooting for in the tournament? No, not particularly. Please show the RFK photo. RFK took a photo with McGregor. Okay. Is this the photo you're talking about? Make Ireland great again. They got that hat right there. That's really what they got. PBD interviewed the IRGC founder who now hates the Iran government and got cooked in the comments because he's a terrorist who killed lots of people and lives in Florida. It's crazy. In a war of Israel versus Arab countries, EU would not be able to join because they're just full of migrants. Yeah, well, nobody wants to fight for any of those countries because it's either migrants or people that are disenfranchised by the migrants. If Alberta is part of America, it helps us getting lots of jobs too. Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of potential with Alberta in terms of the jobs in that province and the amount of resources they have. It would be an amazing get. And it's a conservative place too. So that's another thing you have to factor in. But yeah, it would certainly stimulate job growth because there's a lot more resources we can extract up there. Make Ireland great again with the hat. The green hat. Didn't even recognize Connor with the bald head. Yeah, I think he just shaved. I think he just decided to. Yeah, I know about the PBD stuff with his pyramid scheme and stuff, and yeah, I wonder if PBD will go back on Rogan. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I want to see. But I mean, he's like this right wing guy, and they got their little entourage and stuff, and you know how it is with these conservative guys. They got up massive egos. These people. You think Trump wants Carney to win so Alberta can leave? That's what my hypothesis was in that video. You saw my video on Saturday. I said, listen, if the Liberals win, it's going to be very bad. Alberta's going to want to leave for sure if Carney wins. But when is that election even happening? Maybe late in the summer? We don't really know right now. If the Liberals win, Western Canada is splitting up. We've had enough of the Liberals, and there's no doubt the elections are being manipulated. This new guy wasn't even known in January. Well, I mean, if that is true, then maybe the Western Canada would join the United States. And there is a lot of talk about Alberta and stuff, and you know, I'm probably gonna have to do some more videos on Alberta. There's, you know, Alberta is a great topic for my channel. It's a lot of views. I'll be honest about that. Did you talk about Biden's invalid pardon yet? Very briefly. I don't know. Maybe someone can look this up on ChatGPT. I believe you can use AutoPen for those orders that Biden was signing. The question is, did Biden know about them? I don't know. I saw there were some liberals saying you could use AutoPen, and then some conservatives saying, no, when it comes to like certain executive orders, you cannot use AutoPen. It has to be an actual signature. But the thing is what happened is you got all the executive orders that Biden signed, or maybe not all of them, but several of them, and you overlay them together, and it's the exact same signature. Does Trump pardon Tate? But I don't even think Tate's charges are in the U.S. He's got charges in the U.K. and still in Romania, I believe. Ireland is so cooked, there is not a single major right-wing party. Yeah, Ireland's even worse than the UK. The UK at least has reform, and even they're cucked. But at least they have something. But Ireland is but Ireland would just follow the UK, I would imagine, if they went hard right-wing, the UK. You can't really imagine they would do that at this point, but if it ever happened. Conservatives in Canada wouldn't want to lose Alberta to the United States, though no, question mark. Yeah, but it wouldn't be up to them. Alberta can leave. They can secede from Canada if they vote, and they vote on leaving. They can have a referendum and vote on it. Quebec, I believe, did it in the late 1990s. When are you posting your reaction to Playboy Cardi's new album? Yeah, it's on my rap channel, man. You have to look at it. It's on my huge rap channel that I got. Biden was so cooked he couldn't write his own signature. He didn't know what was going on. They tell him to do these things. He just doesn't know. He wasn't competent. He wasn't physically there. Or I guess I should say he was physically there, but he wasn't mentally there. I haven't heard about those Mexican camps located in western Mexico. No, I never heard of that. Yeah, there's some really bad crime in Mexico. But whether or not Trump wants to, that's another thing that would be on Trump's resume if you somehow got rid of the cartels. But it's very delicate, because you know how these things go when you know there's a power structure with those cartels, and if you get rid of that power, it might create an even worse situation, just like some of these Middle Eastern situations. Anytime there's a regime change, it gets worse. But I would say it's not like this is a regime, but it basically is the cartels. Ireland is the most cucked country in Europe. They're only Northern Europe country to be colonized by the other European, that is. Ireland's at a really bad shake when it comes to how they've been treated by the British. And they don't even have all of their own country. You've got Northern Ireland there. But they're also a small island. I mean, it's not necessarily easy for them to operate, but they are definitely extremely liberal in comparison. When you get bigger, you should make a DG2 for sports and split politics and sports up. Yeah, but then it doesn't make sense because I'd have to build up the other channel. I don't think it's very feasible. It's just, I mean, if I was going to split up the channels, I should have done that a long time ago. Like a long time ago. Like in early 2024, way before the election happened. Do another poll tonight? Yeah, I'll do one. Oh, man. Any Area 51 vids incoming? Not right now. I gotta get finished with this 9/11 video, man. I gotta get working on this. I've had a tough time just with certain things, but it's also when I stream, it's harder to do these videos. But I mean, if I do 2 videos a day, I should be able to start recording this 9/11 stuff. And then I do want to do these history videos. I think they're it's important to learn about this stuff, especially the previous. Someone was saying I should do a video talking about Putin and his all of the peace deals that he's done, just as like a historical reference, because it is important in terms of context. Liberalism is dying. I mean, it's taken a back seat a little bit. The DG files. Listen, I'll be happy with when they talk about the Epstein files, so I can get out of this. I'll be happy if this hits like 1 million. Get me out of this. Come on, man. You know what? I'm done with Solana. I'm done with Phantom. What is this? How is this this high? Magic Money Computers. This is what Elon Musk was talking about. This is at 900K. You think Trump wants Israel to destroy Hamas? Well, absolutely he does. That's why he wants the Palestinians relocated. How's your car doing? My car is doing fine. It's been fixed. And this coin is moving like crazy. I guess that's what happens when it trends. Canada tariffs on China. Reciprocal tariffs. I wonder if there's that if there's anything on April 2nd. No, there's not. You ever get anything from the ice cream truck? Whatever, the ice cream truck wasn't really big. It's not really a big thing in my area. You know, the ice cream truck was like to me, it was more like the generation before me. I get Iran furious with Trump wants nuke clear deal when Trump ripped the deal. You can really blame dude. I mean, I think I know what you're saying, but that's a confusing way to get those words out. But no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, Iran is very angry after what happened in 2018 or 2017 when Trump got elected. He ripped up the nuclear agreement they had under Obama. And so they're saying we're not going to do another nuclear deal at this point because of Trump ripping up the previous one. Is Greenland coin going to the moon? Yeah, I mean, I might have to get back in Greenland coin just because, you know, I've done so many videos on Greenland. I've talked about Greenland so much. This is an actual indoor, like, what is this thing? This is like a bullshit bear. Like, this is crap. Greenland rare bear. What? How is it at 300K? The actual Greenland coin's at 63K. Yeah, go buy the bear. The bear is apparently worth more than Greenland itself. But they have these animals. It's just always these animals, and yeah, I mean 63K. It's bottoming out. But I mean I mean maybe it'll have another run. It might have another run. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. That would be one to go into. The 420 69K one would be something I'd probably go into as well. But I mean, the problem is right now with Greenland, it's like there was a lot. They talked about Greenland a lot this past week. The coin didn't do shit. Trump said that we were gonna take Greenland, and the coin didn't go back up that high at all. Thoughts on MLK partaking in orgies? I mean, there's a lot of stuff with famous people that we don't know about when you think about it. So it's like, it's just whether or not it gets released to the public, you know? What do you think about physical gold coin? Is that a meme coin you're talking about? There's been a lot of gold meme coins. The new meta. Ceasefire is done. Ceasefire, yeah. Israel has attacked Gaza. The ceasefire is over. Is far right supposed to be an insult? Because to me it sounds badass. Sounds like a badge of honor and a compliment to me. Means you're no bullshit. Well, it's the connotation is you're racist if you're far right, but they just call anything far right now. If you want, you know, immigration to be paused, they'll call you far right for that. So it has no meaning. It's like the word racist. It's they've used it so much it's irrelevant. Glacier water is going to skyrocket when we get Greenland. Yeah, we're going to have free water because of Greenland. Free water. Free water bottles. This is a pretty good water bottle because it's not the typical plastic. It's hardened. It doesn't have the microplastics in it. This is good water. This is a good and gather. Actually not very good. I don't like water anymore. You know, when your taste buds change, you get like you realize you eat like shit when you start disliking the taste of water. It's like you always need some stimulation in your taste buds. Check Diddy files. Yeah, I mean there'll be something with that. I don't know if they'll be released. That's apparently big in the black community. They're saying a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we need free water. I think Trump would try and get us free water. Do you do your own thumbnails? Yeah. It's you know, I've been offered a bunch by people, you know, they're like, I'll do the thumbnails. They'll email me. I've probably gotten 30 or 40 offers from different people over my years. And, I mean, some people make good thumbnails. That's fine. These people want like $30, $40 a thumbnail. I'm not paying $30 for a thumbnail, bro. And plus the other thing is, it's like, I feel like it's hard because if I do 2 videos a day, I need a thumbnail. Bam, I need thumbnails. So I'll just make it myself. Yeah, my thumbnails are not the best. They're certain they could be optimized better if I used a more advanced editing software. But You know, it's like these people want $40. Like, I might not even generate like $80 off the fucking video. How am I gonna pay you $40, bro? It's like, give me $50 for a thumbnail. Dude, it takes you 10 minutes. You want $50? Come on, bro. Remember that crazy video yesterday of Macron and Zelensky holding hands? Yeah, the AI one. You know, I saw another AI one of them dancing together. They're like doing, and it looks real. They're doing a salsa dance. They got all these AI videos now. And it looks real. It looks legit. Warning you that some other channels are copying your thumbnail style. I see them and recommend it and think it's your channel. I don't even think I have a thumbnail style, honestly. What's my style? Just don't use AI generated thumbnails. Yeah, I mean those are those are pretty bad. Apparently it's not AI, at least other channels are treating it as real. That dancing video, let me find it for you. I think it's in my liked videos actually. Yeah, I'll go. I don't want to get distracted. Dude, but like, and then come on. Come on. Like, how long are they gonna hold hands and then they hug again? Oh, that's a French Revolution embrace right there. That embrace, that hand holding lasted as long as the French Revolution. Have you checked the White House Twitter lately? No. Are they tweeting stuff about Gaza? Probably not. No, the dancing video is AI for sure, man. They didn't dance together. They didn't dance together. If you get a perfect bracket on X, you win a trip to Mars. Yeah, well, that's because it's impossible to get a perfect bracket. That's why. Just like it's impossible to go to Mars right now. Well, it's actually possible, but like if we had another space race, we'd be on Mars pretty soon, but it's just no incentive. Black cherry is the worst sparkling water. I think a lot of the sparkling water is bad, man. I think my taste buds might have changed, but yeah, black cherry I'm not a fan of. Yeah, I've heard about Macron's wife being trans and then Candace Owens getting a cease and desist. I don't know how real that cease and desist is, but is that video real? No, I think it's AI. I think it's AI, but I mean, there's no way they're holding hands this long. Trust me, they make good AI. I mean, this is like these. All right, that's weird. Grok 4 soon. Yeah, that's probably good. No, I mean that coin's not that AI model is not going to be released till like the fall probably. Canadian politics for some reason have a more European feel despite us being culturally the same as the US. Why the new guy wants to join the EU with how fucked Canada is, good luck. Yeah, I mean, but it just seems like with where Trump is at with both NATO, the European countries, and Canada, like Canada would find refuge with the EU. Like they would be able to relate more. Definitely AI. All right. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was AI the first time because I was like, "There's no way this is real. There's no way this is actually real." I think you can tell it's AI by the hands. I mean, it looks real, but it's like there's just no way. I was watching this and I was like, okay, once it was like 10 seconds into the hand holding, I was like, all right, it's AI. I was like, it is AI. You were laughing about France wanting the Statue of Liberty back because of Russia and America holding the ceasefire deal. Huh. Yeah, that's a joke, man. That was just one low-level parliament figure, I think, in France's government. You think Macron is a total snake along with Starmer in the UK? Well, they just both visited the White House and they were totally cucked by Trump. They didn't say anything to Trump. Both of them. Macron was in the White House like 3 weeks ago. Starmer was around the same time. Bobby, you're gonna take my meds. I'm not gonna be able to find that video. I don't think, because I don't think I retweeted it on here. Oh, did this guy boycott Tesla? This is a good video, I bet, but it's 9 minutes long. Quick March Madness question. What do you think about you picking Memphis to make the Final Four? I don't like that, man. Memphis, to me, was like the most overseeded team in the tournament when you look at it. I mean, you can do what you want, but they were pretty overseeded. The video is real. The video of them hugging like that, that's. I don't think they braced for that long. Trudeau and Macron brought their country to its knees within 12 months. For Starmer, it took him days. And it was immediately after winning a large majority. He immediately said, "Oh, he got destroyed because of that. Those protests after the murder of those 3 girls." Yeah. Then there was crazy protests about that. His approval rating, I think, is at like 25% or 20%. Starmer's. Show the video of Little X. I mean, dude, this is what I showed like 2 days ago. You talking about the video with the helicopter? Oh, I'm gonna have to make sure this is really turned down. Well, there's your video. Yeah, we saw this. I mean, these people, they make me do this. You want to see Little X? Dean. Oh, man. Can you do an updated MLB Stadium ranking? You know, it's a lot of time to do those videos, the stadium ranking videos with all 30. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense to do one like right now, honestly. I'm sure it would get good views. But I'm at the point where, I mean, I could do it in 2 days if I decided to do it. If the Democrats' approval rating is so low, around 20%-ish, do you think the Democrats will move more to a moderate appeal of independent, moderate conservatives in 2028? Yeah, no, I think they're going to move away from AOC. AOC is the exact antithesis of what you want. So they're going to be more moderate, appealing to white, middle class, working class people. When is Trump traveling to a different country? I don't know. Does that what is Trump doing this week? Does anyone know what Trump is like doing? Is he meeting with anyone in the Oval Office? Is he? I don't think he's I know he's going to. God, where was he going? He said he was going somewhere in like the next 2 or 3 weeks. I don't think it was Saudi Arabia. No, someone from Saudi Arabia is coming to the White House, but he was. I remember him saying he was going somewhere within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Is someone on the Rays going to 80 home runs in a minor league facility? Yeah, but the minor leagues, it doesn't mean that the fences are 200 feet. I mean, the fences are still, they're still normal. Just because it's minor league doesn't mean it's like little league. Your thoughts on the Tampa Bay Rays exit $1.3 billion stadium deal? It's time for them to move. Yeah, it's time for them to move. They need to move to Orlando or Nashville. This is ridiculous. How many years does this have to go on? The MLB needs to tell them we're not doing this. They need to force a sale of the team is what they need to do. Trump is coming to Alberta for G7 in the summer. He's coming to your province. Well, I mean, that'll be an interesting visit. Imagine he talks about annexing Alberta. Oh my goodness, man. You give me $2 donations, you make me show this. I mean, this is like, I showed these videos already, man, but I mean,
obviously you're Mr. President. Obviously you're concerned. You're concerned about the situation in Gaza.
She got fired within an hour. No, I don't know. Did you see the lady? It was some. Oh my goodness, dude. That's who it was. That looks like the poster child of the Green New Deal. It looks like Elizabeth Warren's Wicked Witch of the West. Dude, these people, this is brain rot, man. When you have these young people in this chat, it becomes brain rot. Did you have a job at 16? Yes, I did, barely, but not a lot of hours. I just clean stuff in a gym. Is Trump's approval rating really higher than all time? No. Trump's approval rating is not the highest all time or anything like that. What's my real name? You think it's James? Yeah, it starts with a J. the whale with the $2 donation. You think Trump's approval rating will go down with the attack on Gaza? The Middle Eastern stuff, a lot of normies are disassociated from that. I mean, unless there's something crazy that happens. But I mean, maybe you're right, I don't know. But it's something like that. It's like, there's already a war between those two countries. And that's an Israeli attack. I mean, it is sponsored by Trump, I'm sure. To be fair, during that press conference, the noise was so bad you could hear them switching between microphones to try and get a good audio feed several times. Look how close. Yeah, I mean, I could understand. I mean, I don't think she was trying to do it on purpose. No, I didn't work at Planet Fitness. It was a more local chain. Did you see Alex Jones talking about the security risk, Trump getting hit with a microphone? Alex said that Trump needs better security. I know they said they would put poison, but the thing is that he has to realize all of this equipment, I think, gets checked before they're even allowed to get close to Trump. Because I saw other people talking about, like, they could have put something on that noise thing. Did you make a woman's bracket? No, I didn't. I did not. I don't know. Let's actually see how many people we got in here, this bracket. Oh, we got over 1,000. And I was able to get over 1,000. 1,000 people, 1,000 members in my group. An impressive job for me. 1,000 members, that's very big. ESPN's gonna be pissed off that my group is this big. I mean, there are people that undoubtedly know my first name, and unfortunately, a few people somehow know my last name as well. But I know it's very easy to find my first name. I've said my first name. My first name is Patrick. Because that was my fucking Twitter name, anyways. Did you actually pick every college football game correctly? Yeah, in the bracket, the 12-team playoff, I correctly predicted every game in that. Now, it's easier to do that, obviously. Have you actually tried watching the WNBA? What's the worst thing about it? I never tried watching it. I can't say I've tried watching it, man. Who wins the AL East? Oof. It's hard. Dude, the AL East is hard because the Yankees have lost Cole. They lost Heel. I mean, I can't say the Blue Jays. I guess the Orioles. Yeah, the Orioles. I mean, I think everyone picked the Orioles, actually. I forgot about the Orioles. Is there a March Madness coin? Yeah, there is. It's called Official March Madness. I wonder what happened to it. Probably didn't do shit. Yeah, it got destroyed. These coins, you know, this is what happens. When an event's about to happen, these news coins they get destroyed. What's the most shock you've been by a March Madness upset? Fairleigh Dickinson, probably over Purdue. Am I a Guardians fan or a Reds? Guardians. Did any coin go 5x in the last month? I know. It's been rough, man. I mean, obviously there are some coins that come on. Give me a good update on I can't even find it. Give me a good update on this, man. God damn it. Maybe I should just let it go back to 500k and then get out of it, honestly. Because I'm done with this shit. I'm going to put it in a stable and just hold it for a bit. Thanks for the videos of Alberta. You're just upset no Ottawa government is caring for... Yeah, no, the Alberta videos do very well for me too. And maybe I'll do another one tomorrow, honestly. How old were you for your gardening job? My job at the growery, that would have been about 17 years old. I would have been about 17. 17, yeah, right before I turned 17, yeah. Do you really call them Guardians or are they the Indians? I think the Guardians is a terrible name, but I mean, it is what it is. Indians was a good name. Guardians just seems like kiddish. I just never liked the name Guardians. I mean, if they would have changed it to a decent name, I would have been all right with it, but the name is terrible. If any part of Greenland or Canada goes to the US in any way, it opens the door for anything. Yeah, it would open the floodgates, but I mean, Greenland, it would be the entire thing. I mean, there's no way. It would just be a part of Greenland going to the United States. You know what? I think I have seen this coin. I think I was invested in this coin. Is this? Let me look at this. Yeah, this is the. I did buy this coin and then I sold it. I think I might have lost money on it. You like this coin? I mean, it had its typical run up and then retracement. What is the actual likelihood of Alberta seceding and joining the U.S., and will it cause a domino effect? Well, yeah, I think it would cause a domino effect maybe with some of the other provinces in Western Canada. The likelihood of it hinges, I think, on what Trump does with the tariffs, and also what happens with the election. It would probably happen after the election, I would say. But I mean, if Trump wants it bad enough, maybe it can happen. Are you concerned people extracting info about your personal life in an attempt to dox you? I don't even think I mean, what does it even matter? What would be the incentive to dox me? But even if it happened, I mean, what, like, I don't think it really matters anyways. I mean, if you do this job, there's always something like that. Especially if you build up like over 100K subscribers, it is. Especially if you have a face cam. I mean, it's something that can happen. You think the Redskins will ever come back to the name? No, they won't. Large language model. Is that I've seen that coin, the meme coin. Yeah, the fat meme coin. It's like a fat AI coin. 2 million market cap. Man, it just jumped. Dang, how do these coins go to this market cap? Man, this coin went to 140 million and then just died, and it's come back to life a little bit, barely. Thoughts on the Immigration Act of 1965, where it allowed for immigration from anywhere and not just Europe? Should it be reformed? Well, yeah, a lot of us would like immigration to be reformed pretty significantly. Absolutely. I don't know if the country's ready for it yet. And to be fair, like, we have to get our economy in a better place before we start doing that. Because there will be problems in terms of workers, like less workers, things like that, if you do limit it. But I mean, it's like you have to do it to protect your culture. Cash has to do something. Yeah, they put out a statement about the swatting, so hopefully something gets done. But it's more intimidation. But they're not even swatting streamers. They're swatting like X personalities. Have you seen that? Is it unrealistic to think North Carolina has a shot at making the Elite Eight? Yeah, I would say it's unrealistic. North Carolina probably shouldn't have been in the tournament. You're asking if I'm moving to North Carolina? Yeah, I'm moving. I'll be moving somewhere. You know, I don't know if it's smart to reveal it. I guess people will find out anyways if it happened, but. Has Bongino done anything yet? He started today? I didn't even know. I think I saw a clip of Bongino talking or something in front of people, but I didn't even know that. Edwardsville over Houston. What is Houston, like 29-point favorites in that game? Now, the Blue Jays are staying at Rogers Center because they got a renovation. They got like a $500 million renovation there, so they're not going to leave that in the next 15 years. They're going to be there. Remember yesterday when the guy asked if my mom was into crypto? Yeah, that was one where I had to read it off. I mean, you get the brain rot questions like that from a lot of them, but that was, I mean, that's just next level. Putin instructed me to ask you if you received the briefcase. Well, I received the briefcase. I did receive something, but it was from APAC. It wasn't from Putin, so I'm still expecting that. Hopefully by tomorrow. I'm moving to the Donbass. Yeah, I'm moving to get the minerals. Trump made a deal with me to get the minerals. Let me actually go to this. Wait, where is this? Dex screener. Up 176%. Come on, man. We need something. We need a miracle here. Is it running out of gas? It's running out of gas already. It's running out. We're going backwards with these coins, I'm telling you. The first one, the Grok 3 went to 2.2 million, then it ran out of gas. Epstein went to 800K. This one can't even get to 500K. Come on, man. But, I mean, you have to figure there's a massive sell-off tomorrow. Like, it would be shocking if the coin exploded based on how these news things go. Oh, man. Yeah, yesterday a dude was, he was like, you're being paid by Mossad and everything like that. I mean, listen, if you know, that's what these people do. These people, and I understand with the entanglement, it's really bad, but if you're not vehemently like, because the thing is, I'm trying to like spin it for Trump to make it positive, you know, but if you're not vehemently anti-Israel, they'll just say you're Mossad. Do you think St. John's should have been considered for a 1? No, they just didn't have the record or resume. Well, actually, they had the record. They didn't have the resume or the quality wins. You think the Toshi meme runs to billions? Well, yeah, it'll run to billions, but I mean, you know, what is it at right now? Like, I think the coin will do a solid 30x, but I'm looking for like 1,000x. Yeah, I mean, it's at 160. I mean, yeah, that could be a good buy for people if they wanted to, because I do think it'll probably go to 3 or 4 billion at least. But I think Mog will also do very well. I think Mog will probably do better. But this could be like this is like the number 2 meme on base, I think. Trump and Little X video is so wholesome. Please show. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Come on, bro. You trying to troll me, man. You trying to troll me. Am I moving to Gaza? Yeah, once Trump puts up his resort, I'll be announcing my move there. Should I just put out some shilling tweets for Trump tonight about bombing Gaza? Just be like, yeah, this is a de-escalation tactic. Just put out some shilling tweets. Ugh. Toshi and Mog are probably 100 X's, but 1,000. Yeah, that's why I'm looking for 1,000 X's. Let me show you my list I've compiled. I think you're looking at it. Where is this? Here it is. These are the coins I think they could 1,000x. Unfortunately, this Mars coin has already gone up 44%. I haven't gotten an entry on it. Dog coin is a very normie coin. NASDAQ 420, 4chan. These can all, I would say, 1,000x. Especially if Mars becomes big. Because this is like the official coin. I'll be honest, guys. This is like, I would like to take some of my trading money that I made off Solana and put it into this. I mean, it is unfortunate that this coin had a boom today. It's a bit annoying. Damn you. like to buy it around 1 million market cap, but these are the type of coins you want. These are all around 1 million market cap. They're all like around a year old, under a year old. And then you've got my main list here. I mean, higher it's too high for me to buy. It's gone too high. Keeps going higher. Oh, man. That dude's a whale. You're right, he is a whale. Bitcoin on base. This is like the official Bitcoin meme, guys. Bitcoin. Listen, there's a lot of people that say they want to buy Bitcoin. Let me interest you on Bitcoin on base, which is a very nice asset. But I never bought it. I would buy it, but it's too high in market cap. But it is entering an accumulation window. Thoughts on Kanye being a full Nazi? Is he racist or just based? With Kanye, it's like he says things to try and get attention. That's kind of my thoughts on Kanye. I think he just says things to get attention. There's this big movement that I've noticed with, I'll be careful saying this, but minorities dogpiling against Israel. Has anyone else noticed that? Because it's like they're like, well, they're not blaming us. They're blaming this. It's something I've noticed. What is going to trigger NASDAQ 420 to 1000x? Well, it would have to be the narrative. I mean, just listen, this is what these coins do. There's a huge buildup. There's a huge accumulation. I've seen it so many times, and then they go. But you just got to hold long enough. Like, I was in MOG early. I bought MOG. Like, the thing is, guys, I can identify these coins. I'm not trying to shill myself, but like, I bought MOG. I'll tell you exactly when I bought MOG. Well, goddamn you don't have the full chart. Maybe it's a different. They have a different. Here, we'll do this. The Uniswap chart. They don't have the chart. God damn it. Yeah, I need dark mode on this. I can't even look at this right now. I gotta tap out. Look at that. Show Trump Gaza AI video. Yeah, that I'll take a look at if you want me to. But I mean, that video was old, man. Dude, come on.
Donald is coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright.
Dude, it's a balloon of Trump's head.
Trump Gaza shining bright. Golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright. Golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.
Oh, man. Oh. And Trump thought this would be a good idea to post. That video caused an 800 point drop in the Dow the day after. That's right, purple BTC. But what is that? Just like another meme off of Bitcoin? Complete fail bounce on the efficiency. Yeah, the efficiency coin tanked again, I saw. That efficiency coin has gotten annihilated. I mean, it really is crazy, but it just goes to show you how humble you have to be with crypto, because it's like, that's one of the most relevant topics, and that coin cannot do anything. I mean, it did have a crazy run, to be fair. This is the one that chart doesn't even show. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the video with Kanye, Alex Jones on Infowars with the Netanyahu. Yeah, I saw that. That was just during Alex's show. It happened. Epstein coin is tanking. I thought the Epstein coin was went up a little bit. Yeah, it's at 125K. It actually went up because of the hype surrounding the JFK. Dubai 2.0. Yeah, that's what they said about it. That would be the Arab countries investing money into it, I think. I have no perspective on how dark it is when I have these blinds down. It's pitch black out. I didn't even know. Isn't that interesting? You know, I started this stream at 7:30. It was still light out. The sun was still out. But I mean, like, it's darkness because of the sun. It would shine right into this room if I had the blinds up. But like, I have no perspective of the time right now. It's actually pitch black out. I really gotta like remember to put those blinds up. There's no perspective. Where's the Trump Greenland AI video? We would need someone should make it and then put like the contract address in the video and have Trump play it on Truth Social. Somebody make a Trump Greenland video just like the Gaza one, but put the contract address for the coin in the video. We would get a 20x off of that. Well, but people would have to copy it though, the address somehow. Put a QR code to the address. The chat wants it. Oh my goodness, man. The chat is just... The chat wants Thomas Massey tweets. You know what? I probably got it on... Like... Dude, look at this. Dude is like he's trying to be the Abraham Lincoln 2.0 with that. Well, this is what people wanted. Dude, there's one tweet. There's one tweet. It's just trolling me. The whale wants it. The whale gets what the whale wants. Do you think the minerals deal will happen? I think there's a minerals deal probably with Russia that'll happen. It'll be very successful for Trump. We'll be able to spew a lot of propaganda about it. It'll be great. Can you do a full video on 9/11 conspiracies? There'll be a video like that comes out that you'll like, trust me. Yeah, no, I know the location of Israel is certainly not good. Just in terms of where it is in the Middle East. How much have you made from donations total? I mean, like the total amount I've made ever, I would never be able to calculate that. I normally make like anywhere from $60 to $100 in donate. Unfortunately, it gets cut in half. But every stream I normally make $60 to $100. Except for there's a few streams where I'll make more. Sometimes I'll make like 150, 200. One time I made like 1,000 during the election streams. Dude, I used to get donations to where I wouldn't even have the live chat on. I don't know, you guys, like I wouldn't be able to even see the live chat. This was during the election because I would get so many donations. Like you can pick which chat, live chat, top chat, or the donations where it just shows the super chats. And because I got so many donations, I just had to leave it on the super, like I didn't even look at the live chat at all. And now all I do is look at the live chat. Well, most of my streams, I just look at the live chat, unless it gets just crazy, I guess. Have you read about the dead internet theory? Yeah. I mean, it's impossible to calculate the amount of, I guess, bots, or it is interesting to think about people getting angry about things that are not real, like people tweeting about things that aren't real, but it's a bot tweeting it. I mean, that's probably really rampant on Reddit, but it also, I'm sure it affects, there's still a ton of bots on X, for sure. Also, the other thing is, we're dealing with a lot of these people who consider themselves like really far right wing, and they end up being like outed as Indian and they just like content farm. Like, oh, I'm a Christian man in the West, and we're getting screwed because of immigration, and it'll just like grifting from India. Chicken fingers or pizza? I haven't had. I don't know the last time I had chicken fingers, man. Chicken fingers are good, but when I was younger, you have the chicken fingers and you don't eat them anymore. But chicken fingers with honey mustard are good. You get them at like a good restaurant. But it's been a while since I've had chicken fingers. But it's been a while since I had pizza too. I like pizza though, man. I do. You need me to shield the Mike Johnson coin. You're 700K in and it's tanking. Well, there's gonna be no liquidity on that. You're gonna have no liquidity taking that coin out. Do you make your own thumbnails? Yes. Should Ohio State fire Jake Diebler? I think they should. They're not going to though, because it's a year. It's a bad look for a program to only have a coach for a year and then fire him. But yeah, they kind of made a terrible hire with him. What is the difference between chicken fingers and chicken tenders? Chicken tenders are like chicken nuggets. Chicken fingers are they're breaded and it's like a long. It sounds gay, but it's like a longer strip. How long are you gonna be streaming for? Yeah, that's gonna do it for this stream, guys. Yeah, that was about 2.5 hours. 7:30. That's the thing, is I don't have any perspective on how dark it is out. That's another thing. I gotta do something about that. Mario Kart or Pokemon? I played Mario Kart when I was younger on my DS a lot. Mario Kart's good, and then they got that game, what's the game you had to complete the levels? You go to like different worlds. There were 8 total worlds. The final world was like the Hell World with Bowser. That was a good game. Auto pen coin. Yeah, screw that. Hey, I got this trade tonight. I got a trade tonight. We'll see what happens with it though. We got a good trade tonight. Let's come on, man. Come on, bro. Don't lose me now. Don't lose me now. Come on, baby. Come on. We need one more push up. We need one more push up. Auto pen's at 2.4 million. You can't give me 800K? It can't even give me 800K. It can't even give me 600K. Can I get 500K? Can I get back up to 500K? That's the thing with these things. You can't even, there's no sweet talking them or anything. These things suck. These coins. Bracket vid. Yeah. I'll have to do a bracket vid tomorrow. I have maybe 3 videos tomorrow. I do the bracket vid earlier. Mario 3. That's what it was. It was like Super Mario Bros. Yeah, some bullshit like that. Remember the Super Mario Bros. On the Wii? They had it even better on the Wii. Super Mario Galaxy. It's all the same bullshit, you know? It's like, you ever play Super Mario on Nintendo? Yeah, I think it's got one more pump left in it. It has one more. It has one more chance. It has one more chance. If it goes under 400K, this is the problem with these people. They front run these coins. It's just all front running. It's all bullshit. Yeah, it's probably a good time to sell. I'm trying to hope maybe it goes back up to 500K. The White House page turned into a meme page on IG, though. It's funny looking at libs to say it's disgusting for Trump to release criminal aliens getting arrested. Yeah, those people need to really reevaluate. They seriously need to reevaluate. But guys, I'll be seeing you. That's gonna do it for this stream. There was no juice in this stream. It was water. I'm on a diet. Remember, I'm on a diet now. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. But I'm drinking water. This is the RFK stuff. You drink water. This tastes like shit, but you gotta drink water some of these times. I've drank a lot of water during my streams, but I switched it. Now I'm back on the water for one stream. I gotta go get. I don't have any juice left to drink it all. I'll have to restock on the juice. All right, guys. I'll see ya.